What specific snacks from your own kitchen are actually healthy for your feline friend, and how can you tell the difference between a tasty treat and a hidden danger? Which proteins are best for a cat's sensitive stomach, and have you ever wondered if sharing a bite of your dinner is doing more harm than good? Hi, welcome back to Paw and Order. My name is Carl, and I am gonna teach you everything you need to know about human foods that are safe for cats so you can treat your kitty without any worry. We all know that cats are obligate carnivores, which is a fancy way of saying they absolutely must eat meat to survive and thrive. However, many of us feel guilty eating a delicious meal, while our furry roommates stare at us with those big, pleading eyes. The good news is that there are several things in your fridge that are perfectly fine for them to sample, as long as you follow a few simple rules. Today, we are going to walk through the pantry together and pick out the best options that will keep those tails wagging and those bellies happy. It is all about balance and knowing exactly what goes into their tiny bodies. The first and most important group of foods we need to discuss is cooked meats, which are the gold standard for cat treats. Since cats need taurine and high-quality protein, plain cooked chicken is one of the best things you can offer. When you are preparing chicken for yourself, set aside a small piece, and boil or bake it without any oil, butter, salt, or garlic. Garlic and onions are actually very toxic to cats, so you must ensure the meat is completely plain. Turkey is another fantastic choice, and many cats find the flavor absolutely irresistible. Even lean beef can be a great snack in moderation. Always make sure the meat is cooked thoroughly to avoid any risk of bacteria like Salmonella or E. coli, which can make your cat very sick. Remove all bones, as cooked bones can splinter and cause internal damage or choking. Think of these meats as a high-value reward for when your cat has been especially good, or just because you want to show them some extra love. Small, bite-sized pieces are perfect for their little mouths and help prevent overeating. Have you ever considered feeding your cat fish, and which types are actually safe for their long-term health? While the image of a cat with a fish is a classic trope, not all fish are created equal. Cooked salmon and tuna are excellent sources of omega-3 fatty acids, which are great for your cat's skin and coat. However, you should never feed them raw fish, because it contains an enzyme that destroys thiamine, an essential B vitamin for cats. Lack of thiamine can lead to serious neurological problems. Also, canned tuna should only be an occasional treat, because it is high in mercury and can sometimes contain too much salt. Always choose tuna packed in water rather than oil. Just like with the chicken, make sure there are no tiny bones left behind. A little bit of cooked white fish, like cod or halibut, can also be a gentle option for cats with sensitive stomachs. It provides a nice variety in their diet and gives them those healthy fats that keep their fur looking shiny and soft. Just remember that fish should be a side dish, never the main course. Which breakfast foods can you share with your cat while you are enjoying your morning meal? You might be surprised to learn that cooked eggs are a nutritional powerhouse for felines. Eggs are packed with protein and amino acids that are easy for cats to digest. However, just like with meat and fish, they must be cooked. Scrambled or hard-boiled eggs are perfect, but make sure you don't use any butter or milk when preparing them. Raw egg whites contain a protein called avidin, which can interfere with the absorption of the B vitamin biotin. By cooking the egg, you neutralize this risk and provide a safe, tasty snack. Some cats also enjoy a tiny bit of plain oatmeal. Oats are a good source of fiber and energy, though not all cats will be interested in the texture. If your cat is one of the curious ones, a spoonful of oats cooked in water can be a healthy addition. It is important to keep these portions small, as cats don't need many carbohydrates in their diet. A little bit goes a long way in keeping them feeling full and satisfied. How do vegetables fit into a cat's diet, and which ones will they actually enjoy eating? Even though cats are meat eaters, many of them actually enjoy the crunch or taste of certain greens. Steamed broccoli is a surprisingly popular choice among many cat owners, because it is easy to chew and full of antioxidants. Another great option is carrots, but they must be cooked until they are soft to prevent choking. Some cats really love peas, which you can find in many commercial cat foods already. You can offer a few thawed frozen peas as a fun, low-calorie treat. Green beans are also safe, and can be a great way to help a slightly overweight cat feel full, without adding too many calories to their day. Always make sure the vegetables are plain, and cut into very small pieces. Avoid any canned vegetables that have added salt or preservatives. While not every cat will be a fan of eating their greens, offering them a little bit of fiber can actually help with their digestion and keep their litter box habits regular. It is a unique way to add some variety to their day. What about fruits? Can cats have a sweet tooth like we do? Interestingly, cats actually lack the taste receptors for sweetness, so they don't experience sugar the way humans do. However, some fruits are safe and provide healthy vitamins. Blueberries and cantaloupe are two of the most common fruits that cats seem to enjoy. Blueberries are small and easy to manage, while cantaloupe has a scent that is actually similar to the smell of meat proteins, which is why many cats are attracted to it. You can also offer small pieces of deseeded watermelon or peeled apples, but you must be extremely careful to remove all seeds and the core. Apple seeds contain cyanide, which is dangerous for cats. Bananas are another safe option in very small amounts, providing a bit of potassium and fiber. Even though these fruits are safe, they are high in sugar, so they should be given very sparingly. A tiny cube of melon once in a while is plenty. It's a refreshing treat, especially during the hot summer months, and it helps keep them hydrated if they are fans of juicy fruits. Have you ever wondered if cheese is actually okay for your cat, or if the myth of the milk saucer is true? This is a big one because most adult cats are actually lactose intolerant. While they might love the taste of milk, it often leads to upset stomachs and diarrhea. However, some cats can handle very small amounts of hard cheeses like cheddar or Gouda. These cheeses have less lactose than milk or soft cheeses. A tiny crumble of cheese can be a great way to hide a pill if your cat needs medication. Plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt is another option that some cats tolerate better because the live cultures help break down the lactose. Again, the key word here is tiny. You don't want to overdo it with dairy, because the fat content is quite high. If you notice your cat has any tummy troubles after a bit of cheese, it is best to skip the dairy altogether. There are plenty of other meat-based treats they will enjoy just as much without the risk of a messy litter box later on. Which common pantry items are hidden gems for cat health? Pumpkin is a fantastic example. Plain, canned pumpkin, not the pie filling with spices, is a miracle worker for a cat's digestive system. It is loaded with fiber, which can help with both constipation and diarrhea. Many vets actually recommend adding a teaspoon of pumpkin to a cat's food to help move hairballs through their system. It is a natural and safe way to keep things moving smoothly. Another interesting one is rice. If your cat has an upset stomach, a little bit of plain white rice mixed with boiled chicken can act as a bland diet to help them recover. It is easy on the gut and provides some quick energy. Most cats won't eat rice on its own, but when mixed with meat, it can be very helpful. Just make sure the rice is well cooked and soft. These simple pantry staples can be lifesavers when your cat isn't feeling their best, proving that human food can sometimes be medicinal when used correctly and in the right amounts. How should you introduce these new foods to your cat to ensure they don't get sick? The most important rule is the 10% rule. Treats, including safe human foods, should never make up more than 10% of your cat's total daily calories. The rest should come from high-quality, balanced cat food. When you try a new food for the first time, give them just a tiny sliver, maybe the size of your pinky nail. Watch them closely for the next 24 hours to see if they have any vomiting, diarrhea, or changes in behavior. Every cat is an individual, and just because a food is safe doesn't mean every cat's stomach will like it. If they react well, you can occasionally offer that food as a special snack. If you notice any itching or skin redness, they might have an allergy, and you should stop giving that food immediately. Slow and steady is the best approach when changing or adding anything to your pet's diet. It is all about making sure they feel good, while enjoying their new snacks. What are the absolute no-go foods that you must keep away from your cat at all costs? While we are focusing on safe foods, it is vital to remember the dangerous ones. Never give your cat chocolate, caffeine, grapes, raisins, onions, garlic, or anything containing the sweetener xylitol. These can cause everything from kidney failure to heart palpitations. Alcohol is also strictly forbidden, as even a tiny amount can be fatal to a small animal. Macadamia nuts and citrus fruits can also cause digestive upset, and should be avoided. If you are ever unsure about an ingredient, it is always better to be safe, and stick to the plain meats we discussed earlier. Keep your trash cans secure so your cat doesn't go dumpster diving for scraps that might contain these harmful ingredients. Being a proactive owner means knowing the risks, just as well as the rewards. By keeping the bad stuff out of reach, you create a safe environment, where the occasional human treat is a fun, healthy experience rather than a trip to the emergency vet. Which textures and temperatures do cats prefer, when it comes to human food? Most cats prefer their food to be at room temperature, or slightly warm, as this mimics the temperature of prey in the wild. If you are taking chicken or fish out of the fridge, let it sit for a few minutes, or warm it up slightly in the microwave. Just make sure there are no hot spots that could burn their tongue. As for texture, some cats love the crunch of a raw green bean, while others prefer the soft, shredded texture of boiled turkey. Paying attention to your cat's preferences will help you choose the best treats for them. If your cat is older and has dental issues, sticking to soft foods like mashed pumpkin or finely minced meat is the kindest way to share your food. You can even make cat soup by adding a little warm water to some minced meat, which helps with hydration. This is especially good for cats who don't drink enough water on their own, which is a common issue for many felines. How can you use human foods for training and bonding with your cat? Many people think cats can't be trained, but that is simply not true. Cats are very motivated by high-value treats like plain deli turkey, or a little piece of shrimp. You can use these special human foods to teach your cat to come, when called to sit, or to get into their carrier without a fight. By using a treat they only get during training, you make the activity much more exciting for them. Bonding happens when your cat associates you with positive, delicious experiences. Instead of just dropping the food in their bowl, try hand-feeding small pieces. This builds trust and strengthens the emotional connection between you and your pet. It transforms feeding time into interaction time. Just remember to keep your voice soft and your movements gentle. Before you know it, your cat will be looking forward to these little sessions, and you'll have a much more cooperative and engaged companion in your home. Have you thought about making homemade cat treats using these safe ingredients? It is actually quite simple, and can be much healthier than store-bought options that are often filled with fillers and artificial flavors. You can blend some canned salmon with an egg and a little bit of whole wheat flour to create small, baked crackers. Or, you can freeze some watered-down clam juice or chicken broth in ice cube trays for a cold treat on a hot day. Just make sure the broth you use has no added salt or onions. Making your own treats allows you to control exactly what goes into your cat's body. You can tailor the recipes to your cat's specific tastes and dietary needs. Plus, it is a fun way to spend an afternoon in the kitchen, knowing you are doing something great for your pet. Just remember to store these homemade treats in the fridge or freezer, as they don't have the preservatives that commercial treats do. It's a unique way to show your cat you care, while keeping their health as the top priority. In conclusion, sharing human food with your cat can be a safe and rewarding experience if you stick to the basics. Focus on plain, cooked meats like chicken and turkey, and use fruits and vegetables like pumpkin and cantaloupe as occasional snacks. Avoid the danger foods like onions and chocolate, and always introduce new items slowly. Remember that your cat's main nutrition must come from their dedicated cat food, and human snacks should only be a tiny part of their day. By following these simple steps, you can turn your kitchen into a source of healthy, bonding moments. You are doing a great job by being an informed and cautious pet owner. Your cat might not be able to say thank you in English, but those slow blinks and happy purrs will let you know they appreciate the extra effort you are putting into their diet. Keep it simple, keep it plain, and enjoy the process of discovering what your cat loves most. Thank you so much for joining me here at Paw and Order. I hope these tips give you the confidence to share a healthy snack with your feline friend tonight. My name is Carl, and it has been a pleasure teaching you how to treat your kitty right. There is nothing quite like the bond we share with our pets, and food is such a big part of how we show love in every culture. If you stay consistent and mindful of their needs, your cat will live a long, happy, and very tasty life. Go ahead and try a tiny piece of plain chicken with your cat today, and see how they like it. It's the small things that make being a pet parent so wonderful. Safe snacking and happy purring to all of you.